As we step into 2025, we are all ready to embrace a fresh start. We are familiar with the new year, new me mantra. But let's be honest, how's your digital life looking? Are you constantly bombarded with notifications, overwhelmed by information, and struggling to focus? If so, it's time to make a change. Digital minimalism is about intentionally choosing what technology to use, for how long, and for what purpose. By simplifying our digital lives, we can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance our overall well-being. In this video, we'll explore 10 practical habits to help you embrace digital minimalism and experience the benefits firsthand. And trust me, you won't want to miss number 10. Before we dive into the 10 digital minimalist habits, let's take a quick look at how we got here in the first place. In recent years, technology has been incredible for us, that transformed our lives, offering amazing benefits. But however, it's also led to a host of challenges like constant distractions, information overload, and screen addictions. By understanding the root of these problems, we can take steps to reclaim our time, focus, and mental well-being. So once a month, dedicate a specific day to spring cleaning your digital life. So I want you to think of it as a digital detox, but more focused on organization and efficiency. Here's what you can do to achieve that. 1. Delete unused apps. So now I want you to, I know you have a phone, you're watching this video. So go through your phone. What are the apps on your phone that you don't actually use, that are just there? And delete them without hesitation. 2. Unsubscribe from unwanted emails. Sometimes you open your inbox and it's like 100 messages there, but like 90% of them are just maybe ads or subscriptions or whatever the case may be. So now I want you to, when you see those emails, instead of you just checking and saying mark as read, I want you now to go open that email, scroll down to the end. There should be an unsubscribe button there. Click it so that you don't keep on getting those emails. 3. Organize your digital files. I don't want you to have to open your laptop or your phone and your files are kind of just scattered around, maybe on your desktop. I want you to be able to, kind of like arrange them, create folders. Okay, let's say you read books, you have different books on your laptop. Create a folder, books, put those books there. You have videos, create a folder. Okay, this is video, this, put it there, so that it's more organized and easy for you when you want to come back to it. Because now you might think it's okay, but the day you will look for that file, that's the day you will know the importance of organizing them. So I deleted most of my social media apps like TikTok, Facebook, which I don't think should be on this list. I didn't have Snapchat in the first place. So what I did for those apps is that I moved them to the desktop version. So I have to log into them through my laptop. So to kind of like remove the temptation of it being on my phone. But then the one I still have on my phone is Instagram. So I still use that one. But what I did for that one was that I removed it from my home screen. So anytime I want to use Instagram, I have to search for it in the search bar. So with that, it kind of creates that bit of friction to kind of help me ask myself, am I opening Instagram intentionally, or is it just subconscious because maybe I'm bored? Before we move into the next habit, if you've been getting value, I would appreciate it if you can smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers before the end of the year. In today's digital age, it's easy to spend hours scrolling through social media or binge watching shows. But to maintain a healthy balance, I want you to set daily limits for your phone and computer usage. Here's how you can do that. 1. Use built-in features. What I would suggest for you is that, let's pick an app maybe you're struggling with. Let's say it's Instagram. So let's say you spend an hour on Instagram per day. So what I would suggest is that you can now set a time limit for, let's say, 50 minutes. So you can keep on dropping it by, let's say, 5 minutes every week. So it's more gradual, not that you jump from 1 hour to 30 minutes. You keep on dropping 5, 5, 5. So you feel that, you are in control of it, but it's no longer in control of you. 2. You could download apps. So there are several apps available that can help you monitor and limit your screen time. For like the iOS users, Moment is one of them. For Android, you have like Quality Time, Forest, and many different others. So it's a great way to take a break from the constant noise of social media. So now choose a specific period, such as maybe weekend or a week, depending on your schedule with maybe school, work, and different things like that. So during that period, I want you to completely disconnect from these platforms. During your social media Sabbath, you can, one, read a book. So for this, I know not everybody likes to read a book, but what I would suggest for this is that pick an area now you're currently struggling with. You could search on Google what are like the top books on that specific topic, and you could just grab one and read. So in that case, it's not like you're just reading for reading's sake, but in that sense, you are reading to kind of help you solve the current problem you have. 2, spend time in nature. So for people like me now that we are currently in Canada and it's like minus 20 something degrees outside, this won't be the best advice. But for those that are in much warmer places, I would suggest this for you. So you can go on walks. Like what I do when it was much warmer was go on walks around, no phones, no music. Some of us even have dogs. So which is a very wonderful way, to go on walks. You could walk your dog. Maybe you could go biking, go hiking, whatever it is for you. I would just, recommend as much as possible, try and spend time in nature. 2, connect with loved ones. I know a lot of us that are kind of like type A, task-oriented people. We struggle with this a lot, which I'm one of them. So I would just urge you to try. Because if you look at it this way, the same way you believe that investing in those tasks will help you grow them or grow whatever you're trying to grow, that's the same way that investing in your relationships will help you grow those relationships. It's easy to get lost in digital rabbit holes, mindlessly scrolling through websites and social media feeds. To avoid this, here are some tips. 1, set a timer. So with this concept, I mean more of like, let's say you use a calendar, for example. You plan your days ahead. I would suggest you plan out times in your day where you can actually scroll social media if you want to. If you were to look at it, you feel more satisfied if I said I was going to spend 30 minutes on my phone scrolling and I actually spent that 30 minutes rather than I said I was going to spend 30 minutes working but I spent 30 minutes on my phone. 2, focus on specific tasks. Let's say in a case where I want to learn maybe how to edit videos better on YouTube. In that case, I should not find myself scrolling my own feed looking for a nice video. I should see myself searching for what I want and focusing on that. 3, use browser extensions. So let me use myself as an example. I use YouTube a lot. So Unhook is one I've really found helpful. So with Unhook, I can turn off my home screen, which honestly does a lot. Kind of prevents me from seeing, every new thing that's popping up. In that case, I have to search for what I'm looking for, how to edit videos. In that case, it brings edited videos, and that's what I spend my time doing on the platform. Before we move into the next habit, if you've been getting value, I will appreciate it if you can smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers before the end of the year. A cluttered email inbox can be a major source of stress, and to maintain a clean and organized inbox, strive for inbox zero. Here's how to achieve it. 1, delete unnecessary emails. So I want you to regularly delete emails that you no longer need. 2, archive important emails. I know, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of us have maybe inbox of 100. But then when we go through that, we see that there are only 10 important ones. If you could archive those 10 important ones to when the time you are planned or scheduled to attend to those emails. 3, respond to emails promptly. So I don't want you to let your emails pile up. So if you can, block out a time in your day to sort them out, especially the ones you have to respond to them personally. So let's say if depending on your current stage, you can get someone to handle the rest that you don't have to personally respond to. A cluttered digital workspace can hinder your productivity. So to create a more focused and efficient work environment, I urge you to practice digital minimalist workspace. Here are some tips. 1, close unnecessary tabs. Keep only the tabs you need open. The rest, close them. 2, organize your desktop. So I want you to keep your desktop clean and clutter free. Because if you think about it, your desktop is the first place you open when you open your laptop. So in that case, if your desktop is disorganized, what happens to your brain? I know you know the answer, so do the right thing. 3, use a task management app. So for me personally, I use the Apple Calendar. That's what I found for now to work the best for me. But some of you maybe would prefer a to-do list, which I would say I would indicate there it should be a well-structured to-do list, not just you writing a bunch of tasks there. Maybe some of us prefer to use a note app. Whatever the case is for you, just make sure that you have something to help you organize your tasks. I want you to avoid checking your phones or computer first thing in the morning when you wake up. Instead, you can try these activities. 1, meditate. So use that to calm your mind and set a positive intention for the day. 2, journal. So you could reflect on your thoughts and feelings maybe you had the previous day, or maybe you are currently feeling at the moment. 3, read a physical book. So now, like I recommended earlier, a book that maybe you have a struggle with that skill. So it kind of helps you, gives you things in the morning to go into your day and practice with. I want you to avoid using your electronic devices for at least an hour before you go to bed. Here's why it's important. 1, blue light exposure. The blue light emitted by screens can disrupt your sleep patterns. But I know some of us will say, I have work I have to complete to still have my work, or I have exams to study for, which it's understandable in those cases. So in that case, you could turn on the night mode on your phone, which kind of makes your screen a bit yellowish to kind of help reduce that blue light. Or if you can get maybe blue light glasses, that would also be helpful. 2, mental stimulation. Using electronic devices before bed can keep your mind active. So therefore, you struggle to sleep. And when you wake up the next day, you feel tired, you feel not rested, which then affect your output throughout the day. This involves practicing mindfulness in your digital interactions. It's about being present and aware of your thoughts and emotions while using technology. Here are some tips for practicing digital mindfulness. 1, mindful social media scrolling. So now I want you to pay attention to your emotions while you are scrolling through social media. When you see some certain things, do you feel a jolt of energy or depressed thinking, why not me? 2, mindful emailing. So respond to emails with intention and avoid impulsive replies. 3, mindful online shopping. Be conscious of your spending habits and avoid impulse purchases, because I know a lot of us have those things that we bought that we didn't necessarily need them, but in that moment we found a reason to need them. So one thing I'll suggest is that really think about it, please. Don't allow that emotional effect get to you, especially with the discount, Black Friday. What I'll say is that think about it. Do I need this thing or do I just want it? So if it's a want, I would suggest personally just leave it. Or if you kind of can't ask yourself those questions and be honest, maybe try not buying it for a week. If you still want it after a week, then you might as well go ahead and just buy it. Before we move into the next habit, if you've been getting value, I would appreciate it if you can smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers before the end of the year. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to multitask and constantly switch between different devices. However, multitasking can actually decrease your productivity. So to increase your focus, practice the habit of one device at a time. Here's how you can do that. 1, set aside specific times for different tasks. And to do this, you can utilize tools like your calendar, your phone notes app, or whatever it may be for you. But please do your best to stick to them. 2, turn off notifications for non-essential apps. It is very distracting to have a phone that just goes off with notifications, and most times a lot of those notifications are not even relevant to the tasks you have going on at the moment. 3, mindful distractions. A lot of us, what mostly distracts us is our phone. So what I would recommend, except from situations where you actually need it, I would suggest for you, wherever you are working or wherever you are completing that task, you can keep your phone in another room, except you need it. So it's basically you identifying your triggers and setting boundaries around them. By incorporating these 10 digital minimalist habits into your daily life, you can declutter your digital space, improve your focus, and enhance your overall well-being. But one thing I want you to remember as you're going through this journey is small changes can lead to significant results. And a lot of us maybe might have watched this video and felt overwhelmed by the different habits and different things to do. But one thing I'll suggest is that just pick one. If you can stick to one for a week, once you stick to that one for a week, then maybe you can keep on growing. So that's like you taking step, not just trying to implement 10 at once. Please don't do that. Want to take your digital minimalism journey further? I have 10 financial minimalist habits to start in 2025. Click here to watch the video.